2014 model Chevy Cruze with a 1.4 liter turbocharged engine. We had oil in the coolant. As you can see, everything is coated with this stuff. The most likely culprit is the oil cooler. We're gonna be replacing that. I wanted to give you guys a heads up on what's involved in changing this out. The oil cooler itself only has 3 bolts. They look just like this one. One here, and one here. Is 3 of them. 1, 2, and 3 bolts. It has this here. It goes into this hole right here. And this one, this coolant pipe, it fits in here. The turbo and manifold are held in place by 8 fasteners. This here is the turbocharger. 2, 4, 6, and 8 fasteners hold it. It's got 2 10mm bolts on the drain, oil drain for the turbo. I'm gonna be replacing this hose because it's in really bad shape. The bolts for the manifold, they're kind of a pain in the ass to get to. The ones at the top are not too bad, but the ones at the bottom, they're pretty inaccessible. It's a very tight fit. I had to remove this valve right here. It's held in by 2 10mm nuts in order to be able to access this nut right here. The turbo is cooled. It has 2 lines that go directly to the turbo, 19mm on this, and then it has a little hose that goes right here on that little fitting that's dripping coolant and oil mixture. The oil cooler sits in this direction when it's installed. This pipe fits in here. And then you have a couple of other hoses that fit in on this two right here. This here is the oil drain, 2 10mm bolts. It's just tight. It takes a little bit of time to get the bolts for the manifold especially. The oil pressure sensor is mounted on the oil filter housing. I'm gonna go ahead and place it on the engine and show how it's mounted. So basically we have to fit this pipe in this hole. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. Very tight fit. So there's how the oil cooler gets mounted. I'm gonna go ahead and put the bolts on it. In order for me to be able to put that piece in, I had to remove the mounting bracket for that line because otherwise it wouldn't fit. It is now situated in place. I'm gonna go ahead and put the 3 bolts on it and put the bolt for the bracket back on. So there it is mounted. I got the bracket bolt installed and the 3 bolts that hold the oil cooler in place. I got it set at the bottom and this one situated as well. The next step is to put the turbo back on.